Testing, testing, testing. 4:20. I just noticed it was 4:20. It's 4:21 now. But it was 4:20. Okay, let's see what I can do. I have just been playing around. Let me go to my channel. Let me go to Better App. Let me play. Let me play. Let me play some music. Let me see. I have some things in Better App, but I need music, 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 music. Okay, first things first. Dun-dun-dun. Oh dear. Oh wait, okay, stop. Okay, hold on. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and share this. It's a commercial. Now, am I up? Okay. Yeah, okay, now this is a commercial for erectile dysfunction. Look at these young men. Why are they worried about erectile dysfunction? That's what I'm talking about. I've mentioned this once before. Is it in the water? Men this young should not be worried about erectile dysfunction. Okay, focus. I know, maybe it's to make older men feel better. It's like, look, even young men have erectile dysfunction. Okay.
I was slipping into darkness when they took my friend away. I was slipping into darkness when they took my friend away. You know he loves to drink good whiskey.
Hey, how you doing?
While laughing at the moon, slipping into darkness. Take my mind beyond the trees. I was slipping into darkness. Yeah. Take my mind beyond the trees.
So far, I've been lazy. Like yesterday, I was lazy. Today, I feel like I might do something. I mean, I really should. I've got those flowers. I've got my peach tree. I think I'm gonna try to plant my peach tree, like, right in front of the living room window, because 'cause I've got the couch, facing the living room window and the dining, and that way I can just, like, focus all of this energy on it all the time and just look at it. But it depends, because I was gonna try and plant a redbud and some roses right in front of, like, right in the middle of the front yard, the big part, and that's when Leon hit concrete, and I've got like, a big like, almost a big hole in the front yard, not really deep, but about 6 inches underneath the ground, there was concrete. Let me see where I'm at. What am I doing? Okay. Mhm. And he kept digging out a little bit further and a little bit further and dug out, and so anyway, after about, oh goodness, he probably dug 6 feet in about all directions. He made a pretty big square, and it was just solid concrete. So we gave up and kinda just started filling it back in again. But I had my roses in the planter anyway, so they're still out there. But I'll have to see if there's I wanna see how far that concrete goes. If it doesn't go that far, so I think I'll just take, like, a rod, like, a rebar like they use in concrete, and just hammer it down in there and see if it'll go through or if I hit more concrete. Because it looks like they just shoveled dirt and didn't, like, break anything up. They just shoveled dirt on top of it and built this house on it. And Leon was finding great big giant stones, like foundation stones, like from old-fashioned houses, every time he tried to plant something in the backyard. And then the man that used to live across the road that gave me my fireplace mantle said that there used to be a house here and it burned down, and that's where they got the fireplace mantle that I have up against my wall. They took it, and it's a nice fireplace mantle, so it must have been a nice house. But anyway, you still find pieces of broken stuff and glass and bottles and household things in the backyard, and those giant stones, we kinda got them piled up here and there, and a giant sinkhole. I tried to put a tractor tire around it and maybe try to turn it into a planter and throw rocks and stones down into it, but there were sinkholes all over the backyard. I mean, for the first few years, you had to really be careful where you stepped in the backyard or you'd hurt yourself and hurt your ankle because they were just sinkholes, and this one is a big one. So, maybe that's one reason I've had trouble growing things. Mhm. Yeah. So I'll see. I'm gonna try and plant it right there in the middle of the living room view and try and grow peaches. And my next goal is gonna be a cherry tree. I think when I priced them, their cherry trees were going for like, oh, $50 more or less, kinda sorta. But they're the same size, they're ready to go. They're already flowering and big, like this one tall as I am. Mhm. Maybe I can grow fruit because fruit grows wild out here. I've had to pull blackberry vines. Just they're a nuisance. Blackberries, like I talked about those plum trees by the trailer house, pecan trees, peaches, pears, persimmons. Mhm. That's what I think. That's why I wish I could grow food, because I can't really grow food. Mhm. So, that's what I'm gonna try to do. It's still out there. Like I said, oh god, I was just so lazy. Leon's here. We just been just laying around watching TV. Just smoking dope, laying around, watching TV, going to sleep. Waking up when the dogs have to go pee. But today, we might have more energy. I mean, we did sleep. Holy cow. And he wants to go back home today anyway. So I guess probably if we're gonna do anything, better get around and do it. But yeah, I wanna try and plant it right there if there is not concrete in the middle of the yard. Mhm. Yeah, I think so. But I need to go find I'm gonna try and find my Jamaican woman who does the, planting by the moon and does the days and when it's good and when you should just, lay around, and put a link up to her for April. Because I think from as far as she went, this is just such a good time. I'm missing out. This whole week was a good time for transplanting, for planting seeds, for everything. And I guess so, because my snow peas are still alive. And let me think. I bet I stop by there again and buy some more stuff. I have a little bit of money and they'll probably get it. I'll have to think about it. But God, Leon did good because they have those really nice houseplants. And so I took him in there. Yeah, I think so. That if your body's tired, if you push it, you use up all your energy, your reserves. Because I feel like you have stuff in reserve, but when you push it, that's when you start using up your reserves. But he found some really nice houseplants, potted houseplants for 20-ish. And they are really nice. So he bought 2 of them. And I need to just stop and pretend that they're not there. But what I'm going to try to do this morning, Monday is trash day, I was going to put my geraniums, my red ones, no, they're pink, in the hanging baskets. I even bought dirt. Hey, Lev, what's up? Yes, it's going to be nice today, I believe. It is windy, and that is cold. That makes it chilly when it's windy outside. It blows. Because when you're out of the wind in the sun, it's okay. But that wind makes it chilly. I should go look at the horses, see if they're okay. Leon wants to make a load. He's still got, quite a few things down at Mom and Dad's to move. But they're little things, things that we can put in back of the SUV and make a load if we get around to it. Because usually when we make a load, by the time we get through, I'm tired anyway and have to rest. Uh-oh, I hear my dog. Let me play some music. I hear my dog. Hold on.
My trouble, though I choose. I was slipping into darkness. All my troubles, though I choose. I got a wife and a baby, yeah, yeah. Oh, 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 oh. Now my love has gained its fame, yeah. Slipping into darkness, yeah. When I heard my mother say, I was slipping into darkness. When I heard my mother say, hey, what she say? What she say? You gonna pay.
I guess he was dreaming Big Dog is in the house. But it sounds just like he's when he's outside and he sees something and he's not quite sure what it is, but he's telling it, "You whatever you are, you better watch out," kinda "hoof, hoof" kinda noise. And I thought maybe Leon had put him outside, but he was sleeping right there outside the door. So I went in and checked on little dude, because he usually sleeps with Leon, and everybody was asleep. I woke everybody. So Leon, "Is dude here?" He said, "Yeah, dude's here." Okay. So it must have been Big Dog must have been dreaming. He must have been making noise in his sleep because I could have swore he was outside. Anyway. But yeah, you know how sometimes they'll hunt in their sleep, and sometimes they fight in their sleep. I know, because they're dreaming about something when their feet move, like they're running and they're barking or meowing, they'll make noises when they sleep, cats. But they must have some kind of psychology. People claim that animals don't have minds, they can't feel, so it's okay to kill them and hurt them and experiment with them. But if you dream, there must be something. Okay, what else do I have? Let's go down in here. Let's see. What do I have? Try and wake up a little bit. It's 4:00 in the morning.
Can turn the gray sky blue. I can make it rain whenever I wanted to. Oh, I can build a castle from my.
Well, I've been up since 2 something, just playing around, watching I was watching Sandy Diva for a while and, going through watching shorts and things. I'm putting together stuff on Mount Everest that kind of fascinates me right now because I just can't believe it. Well, for one thing, there are just lines, like a Disney line for a ride, lines that I could not believe, and there are dead bodies on the mountain. They just leave them there when they die because a lot of times they just can't go get them. And I heard something that said it was like $10,000 to get a body off of Everest, so a lot of times they just leave them up there, and people just walk over them and walk around them, and people will be on the mountain dying because they're stupid, mainly because they're stupid, and if people don't help them. They will walk over somebody that's dying that they might be able to help if they turn around, but they don't turn around and help these people. They walk over them and keep going because they have got to get to the top. And so these people die. I just can't get over it. Anyway, I'm looking at things on Mount Everest, and I'll probably put something together on that pretty and I might do it tonight. It just fascinates me. I can't believe it. Anyway.
Ain't no grain of sand. I can make a ship sail on dry land. But my life is incomplete and I'm so blue. 'Cause I can't get next to you. Get next to you, baby. Next to you. I just can't get next to you, baby. I can't get next to you. I can fly like a bird in the sky. I can buy anything and make it fly. Oh, I can turn a river into a raging fire. I can live forever without so desire. All these things I can do, 'cause I can't get next to you, baby. I can't get next to you. Yeah. Turn back the hands of time. You better believe I can. I can make the seasons change just by waving my hand. Oh, I can change anything from home to do. The thing I want to do the most, I'm unable to do. But happy am I with all the powers I possess. Lost God, you're the key to my happiness. And tears I cry. I can't get up next to you. Girl, it's you that I need. I gotta get next to you. Can't you see these tears I cry? I can't get next to you. I can't get up next to you. I can't get next to you. Girl, you're blowing my mind.
The email about it. They're like, you don't get it.
Okay. Professional.
I did a Caitlyn Jenner joke on The Late Show with Colbert, and I got a nasty email about it. They're like, you don't get it. You're a straight white man. Caitlyn Jenner's had it hard. Has she? Caitlyn Jenner's never worked a day in her life. She's been coasting off of Bruce's success her entire existence.
If you had to stay hidden, this is the fire you'd need to know. First, dig one hole straight down. This is the fire chamber. Next, dig a second hole upwind of the first, about 1.5 feet away. You'll want to dig this one down and at an angle to funnel the wind into the first hole. You can use a stick to help connect the holes. This is the air intake hole, and it will feed oxygen directly into the fire, making it burn super hot using less fuel. Because the fire sits below ground, it burns hotter and stays out of the wind and produces almost no smoke. You can cook right over it and stay completely low profile. This might be the best survival fire there is.
Cool. Okay, stop.
How come nobody thought of this before?
Okay. I'll play this one.
If you want to have a vegetable garden at home, just fill a bucket with water, place a colander inside, and cover it with compost. Put the peeled onions in this position, facing upwards, and hydrate them by spraying them with water. After 20 days, you will have your first harvest of scallions. If you cut them right at the base, after another 20 days you can harvest the scallions you planted at home again. Did you like the tip? Then follow and share.
Stop.
And in the middle of my homily,
Okay. Yeah, because we used to do things like that. Like whenever I did the presentations at schools for kids, one thing I did was a water bottle garden, but I took like water bottles and turned them sideways. And what did I do with them? Oh, that was one way, was to turn them sideways. Okay, now I remember. Okay. You stack them. Um, you have them upside down so that the neck is like in, something it can drain into, and then you cut the bottom off and you fill it with dirt, and then you do the same thing, you cut another one, you put it in upside down in that dirt, cut the bottom off, and stack them, and then you plant seeds in the dirt. Let's see, I think I cut a hole in the side. Yeah, I think I cut a hole in the side. Anyway, I put lettuce in there, and then you can just move the pole around because I tied him to a pole, like a piece of bamboo, and that's what I would show the kids and, and adults too, that you could make a water bottle garden, that you could hang it up on your patio or whatever and do that sort of thing. But yeah, all sorts of fun things. That's where one of those little kids, asked me had a, learning moment because I was showing them that stick full of lettuce and it was leaf lettuce. So I was showing them that you don't have to pull the whole plant, that you can just break off a piece of the lettuce leaf if you want to eat it, and the rest of the plant stays alive, so you don't have to kill the whole plant and it'll keep making lettuce. That was my point. So I broke off a piece of lettuce and ate it, and that whole auditorium, every time I did it, the whole little gym or whatever it was we were in got silent, and all the kids just went all at once. And one little kid came up to me and he was like, "Lady, what's that plant that you just eat?" And I said, "It's lettuce, baby." And I thought, "My God, these kids are so disconnected from nature." Oh, dear. Okay, anyway, focus. Um oh, yeah, I remember this one. Um oh, dear, but yeah, those little kids, I was just amazed at how disconnected people are, because those little kids, they thought it was the coolest thing to just eat a plant like that. I know they were all gonna go out and eat plants. But yeah, so anyway, I was going to the Head Starts, because it's tribal kinda, and talk to them, and I was going t well, that's what we did, we built little gardens in there and gave them plants to that you could, they were edible, like snow peas, anything that you could eat, the whole thing, so if a kid grabbed hold of it and ate it, it was not gonna do anything. Lettuces, things like that, and put little gardens out there for the Head Starts for the babies. And on top of that, the people at the Head Start said that if they were able to grow their own food out there, then they were able to use it for education credit and also for nutritional credit in the diets that they had to provide, because everything was regulated. What else did we do? Oh, we did oh my God. Oh, dear. We went out and made gardens, 10 by 10 gardens over at, the housing complex. It was like a housing addition where people were, like, building their houses and buying their own houses, and most of those people were elderly, they knew how to grow a garden, but that's what we decided we were gonna I don't know who decided that we were gonna do this at Sovereignty. We offered to make gardens 10 by 10, so here we are, old ladies, hauling these rototillers around in the back of a pickup. We could not get any men stupid enough to help us do this in the middle of summer, making gardens for people. And, they did it. There was demand. We were giving them seeds and offering to have classes, have come into the office there and have things, how to I'm like, I was gonna do it. How to enter things in the county fair, how to can, why don't my tomatoes grow, things like that. But most of them in the housing edition were already elderly, seniors, older than me even. And they knew what to do, they coulda come taught those classes. But they took the free garden, no problem, and the seeds. But, I thought, my God, who thought of this idea? Whose idea was this? This episode was badly written. Oh, but we did. It was fun. That's why I'm thinking about getting involved in the garden that's down the road here. Like, I can see it out my back door window. It's a community garden across the street from the church that's behind me. And it's put on by the county extension people and people back there. So anyway, I might see about getting involved in that. Oh, anyway, this was about church. It got my attention because this was a Catholic priest, I think. It looks like it might be Catholic priest. And he was getting a message from God to say something. But the thing is, his service is so scripted and formal that he really had to go outside the bounds to listen to what God was telling him to say. And to me, that is so different from the way that I hear at Creek churches, that you listen to the Spirit, that a lot of times they don't even know what they're going to say. And I know that a lot of white preachers, they write their stuff out and they plan it and they read it like an essay. But, they believe in the Spirit. And a lot of times they don't really know what they're going to say. They just kind of have a vague idea of what they might start out with, kind of like me. I have no idea. Just kind of a vague idea. And they let the Spirit lead them. And, they tell people, don't even look at the clock because it doesn't matter. Because they'll go past, they'll go short. I mean, sometimes they'll be like an hour and a half up there preaching, get wound up and get into it. And you go when you go and you finish when you finish, but you don't interrupt the Spirit. So that's what struck me, is that he really had to go outside of a script and a formal presentation to listen to God and do what God was telling him. Anyway.
And in the middle of my homily, I hear a voice, and he says, there's somebody in the congregation who's going to kill themselves today. Tell them not to do it. And I'm trying to concentrate on delivering.
I mean, it really is. It's like, sideshow psychics, is anybody here named Bob? It's so generic that it's going to hit somebody. Somebody at church in a giant mass of people, somebody's in there because they feel suicidal. But anyway.
A homily, which you can't just stop and
Can you say that word anymore? Suicidal?
Hold on, I'm hearing something. Look like a lunatic. So I keep going, and it's second time. Tell them to have hope and that life is going to change. Do not kill yourself. And then I just said, you know what? I'm just going to try to do this as casually as possible. I said, you know what? I'm going to pause here because I'm just getting a sense there's somebody out there right now is considering suicide. And the Lord is telling me he has a plan for you and to stop these thoughts and to have hope that your life's about to change. After Mass, do you know 3 people came up to me and said that?
See what I mean? It wasn't just one person. I mean, it's a pretty safe bet. Somebody's in church because they're troubled.
Was for me. With tears in their eyes. Not 1, 3.
Are these the missiles for Iran?
But what struck me was that he had to interrupt a formal service to listen to the Spirit, which I think is the whole point of church.
What are these?
Those are propane tanks.
Go down to point and set. Look at these water fountains. Why are the water fountains always attached to the bathrooms?
Because that's where the fucking water lines are. I swear y'all be getting on here asking stupid as shit.
My deepest secret is that I'm 100% gay.
Holy Moses on a rocket-powered pogo stick. Never would have guessed that.
Hi, asking genuinely, how do you throw a punch?
With your hand. Listen, did you know that the typical cumulus cloud weighs about 1.1 million pounds? Now you do.
If women disappeared from the planet for 24 hours...
Not drop the soap. Listen, did you know that a group of porcupines is called a prickle?
If someone were to break into your house right now, what weapons do you have?
I have 2. I call them fuck around and find out. Listen, did you know that no only child has ever been the U.S. president?
Ever wonder why there's that weird seam?
Not one time in 37 years. Listen, did you know that Buzz Lightyear's original name was going to be Lunar Larry, but they decided to name him after Buzz Aldrin?
Okay. Words of wisdom. Where am I? What am I doing? Let me go back to another piece of music. Oh, I shut that one down. Okay, hold on. Let me go back. Dun, 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 dun. Oh, that looks like that might be good. Okay, hold on. Here we go. I was going someplace else. But this looks good.
This cleaner
Oh,
is
dear.
insane. It removes baked on oven grease,
Not this.
black mold, and years of soap.
Okay, this is probably going to be good. We went to St. John's Missionary Baptist Church for a while over in Boley. It's a black church. It was like this. I had a recording of their piano one time. I asked them if it was okay, and they said, yeah, but I lost it when I lost my other Creek Mary. Yes, black people will flat dress up in church. You know, I do like that. They will dress up. They will wear suits. I mean, they will dress up. Okay, people want to talk about getting Pentecostal? This is right on the verge of getting Pentecostal. that was all. Oh, right. Okay, here we go.
You just clicked on the ad and this is
Okay. Now, I saw this. Hold on. And it made me think everybody knows what's going on. It's not just us conspiracy theorists. We conspiracy theorists? Anyway, whatever. Conspiracy theories? People in charge know what's going on. And it still goes on. All right, now you have to really watch this because it has subtitles that are really small. Here we go. Not this. Okay.
Exactly who's running the world and what is going on.
Bestaat een wereldwijd georganiseerde kwaadaardige elite. In de top van deze elite zitten in ieder geval een aantal van de families die de eigenaren zijn van de centrale banken, die wereldwijd het recht hebben gekaapt om geld uit het niets te maken. Zij zijn degenen die dit geld tegen rente aan de overheid.
It's probably good that y'all speak Dutch.
Uitlenen en zich verrijken ten koste van de belastingbetaler. Epstein vervult een belangrijke rol in dit netwerk. Hij is zaakbehartiger van de bankiers en ook een zeer belangrijk persoon bij de trilaterale commissie die door de...
I know, I wish they made the translation bigger. I mean, the other stuff is really big, but what he's saying, the important stuff, is kind of little.
Rockefellers, eveneens een bankiersfamilie, in het leven is geroepen. De heer Epstein is een zelfverklaard transhumanist. Iemand die niets op heeft met de schepping van de mens, tenzij deze tot de geldadel behoort. In opdracht van zijn superieuren geeft Epstein vorm aan de transhumane agenda, die voor een belangrijk deel wordt gevormd door de wens om de wereldbevolking grotendeels uit te roeien. Deze transhumane agenda is een belangrijk deel van de Great Reset agenda, waarvan verweerders uitvoerders zijn. Nu zijn deze Epstein-files voor een deel, circa 3,5 miljoen van de meer dan 5 miljoen pagina's, met veel zwarte strepen vrijgegeven. En deze files getuigen van betrokkenheid van bankiers, geheime diensten, media, Hollywoodfiguren, overheidsfunctionarissen, universiteiten en ook vele...
I mean, it is just a giant conspiracy. And that's what they were trying to make everybody think, that it's so big that y'all are crazy, even though it's the truth. And now other people are seeing it, and they say it, and they know it, and there it stops.
Zogenaamde wetenschappers, die allemaal op corrupte wijze in dit netwerk zijn verbonden en in dienst staan van dit transhumane, zeg maar gerust satanische gedachtegoed. Iedereen die de rechtvaardigheid niet doet, is niet uit God. Evenmin als hij die zijn broeder niet lief heeft. En hier, aan deze zijde, wordt geen rechtvaardigheid gedaan bij het verweer dat men maar voert. Men had deze deskundigen moeten omarmen, omdat zij de waarheid lief hebben. En dan moet u zelf maar beslissen wie hier de kinderen van God zijn en wie hier de kinderen van de duivel zijn.
As I sat in the courtroom with headphones in my ears and the English translation, I was sitting directly behind Peter Stassen, and in the front row next to Sasha Latipova, I felt his words physically. I had goosebumps, sharp intakes of breath, and a little shock, really.
Because it's the truth.
At what he stated so confidently and unwaveringly. And
oh, here's something on Everest. What is it? Oh, this is what all of those people die for and let other people die for. They walk over dying, begging people for this. I mean, it is cool, but still. Okay, this is part of my Keepers of the Earth thing, where I think that humanity should be nice and benevolent, that when it says we have dominion, that doesn't mean that you just, cut them up into pieces and do experiments on them. That we should be nice. We should be better than that. We can do so much more. Now, see, I'm sure these men are hunters, but still they have compassion that comes out in them. It's conflict.
Oh, its head's inside of it. Here, let me try and get it. Put your gun down. I have to bend that thing. Poor deer.
Oh, no.
You think it's choking him?
Yeah.
But see, another animal couldn't help them. Another deer couldn't help them. Humans can do this.
Come on, but wake up and kick me. Wake up, Dad.
CPR in it.
Do mouth to mouth. There's no way.
Breath of life.
Do compressions. A little four pointer.
Is that deer we just saw? It worked. What's the matter, Daddy? Huh?
See, we could do this. This is what humans could do.
Stop it.
Well, I guess humans do it. He did it. You know, it's in humans. If they just let it be.
If cattle's laying down, you ain't gonna catch no fish. Because everything sleeps and eats at the same time. People get up in the mornings and eat. Cattle get up in the mornings and eat. Dogs, everything eats in the morning. And then right before it gets dark, they eat, and then they're through. The rest of the time, they just lazing around. You see cattle laying down, the fish are laying down. That's a gimme. My black mama told me that. She'd take me down to the pond down there and we'd fish. She always dipped snuff. She'd put a worm on the hook and then spit on it so the worm would wiggle. Then she'd take that pole and swing that bait out there with that cork on it, put it out there in the water. If we wasn't catching good, she'd roll it up that string up around that pole and then just beat hell out of the water. She said, "Wake up, damn it, wake up." The damn fish would wake up and start biting.
Y'all ever heard of adopting a biker? Well, this is a perfect example of it. I'm running through the mountains in North Carolina, and I find this guy. He's doing 40 in a 70 in the rain, just trying to get home. Roads are slippery. He's driving well within his means, staying safe. But he's got all these other cars jumping around him, getting right on his back bumper. So what do? I adopt a biker. I get behind him, I give him some cushion, let him drive at his pace, and that way he can get home safe. You should try it sometime. Adopt a biker.
17-year-old lost his life breaking into houses.
You have to understand, you have to look at it from every child's point of view that was raised in the hood.
Okay. All right. It's a shame he got shot, but their justification is just crazy. It's like, oh yeah, what else are you supposed to do? It's like, it's okay to go and steal from people. And the thinking boggles me. The thinking boggles my thinking.
How he gonna get his money to have clothes to go to school? I don't care if she have her license, her rights, or any of that. That is way beyond the law.
Relatives of 17-year-old Trayvon Johnson are angry. The teenager was shot and last night by a homeowner who police say was protecting her.
They got mad because he got shot breaking in and burglarizing, breaking the law, and breaking into somebody's house. That is on him.
her property.
He was not supposed to die like this. He had a future ahead of him.
I wonder what it would be.
Trayvon had goals. He was a very funny guy. He was very big on education. He loved going to school. He loved learning.
Last night, Miami-Dade police say the D.A. Dorsey Technical College student burglarized a home. Detectives say the 54-year-old homeowner was alerted of the break-in by her security system.
Based.
With officers already on their way, she rushed home to check things out, and police say she was armed.
She observed a subject exiting the home through the rear.
According to detectives, there was a confrontation and one shot was fired.
Dang, it looks like she's already got bars on her windows. You know, living in that kind of a neighborhood, she's probably got reason to have a gun.
Johnson was pronounced dead at the hospital.
She one-tapped him. Damn.
Good
I
shooting.
did a Caitlyn Jenner joke.
Yeah, good shooting. One shot. I would, you know, I guess it's okay if you don't want to waste a bullet, but I want to make sure. So I probably. Anyway, focus. I forgot what this one was.
Are these the missiles?
Oh, that
flying?
one. Okay. Now, this one kind of surprised me that people did not recognize a nun. And I thought, is that so? Is religion becoming so? I don't know what the word would be. There's no religion. People don't recognize a nun.
Does anybody think you are something other than a Catholic nun?
Just the other day, in fact, traveling with a group of novices, we stopped at the gas station. This man walked in and just stopped in his tracks, looked at me. And I stopped in my tracks then because he was looking right at me. And I just said, "Come, Holy Spirit, I have no idea what this is. What's going to happen right now?" And he said, "Is it Halloween?" And I said,
And it was a serious question.
"Serious question." And I said, "Nope, I'm the real deal. What's your name?" He said, "I'm John." I said, "Good to meet you, John." "I'm Sister Mary Rachel. God bless you." And that surprises me because we've been in Nashville since 1860. But, you know, there's times when people say, "Where do you live?" or "Where are you from?" or first time they see us. And I think that surprises me because we've been around.
Oh, well, then, too, there was a, when was it? In the 60s, maybe? 70s? They started mainstreaming nuns, and they started, you know, first of all, they started going straight link, and then they started being able to wear street clothes, so you really can't identify them as a holy woman. You know, because that's what it was. You were identified as a holy woman, just like Buddhist monks and, you know, Hare Krishnas have a uniform sort of that identifies you, just like a wedding ring identifies you. So they quit identifying themselves as nuns. And that's what happens. You lose sight of, you lose that symbolism of religion in the, you know, out in real world. Anyway, my philosophy for today.
There once was a ship that put to sea, and the name of the ship was the Billy O.T. The winds blew
I think these are cool.
Bow dip down below, my bully boys blow. Soon may the wellermen come to bring us sugar and tea and rum. One day when the tonguing is done, we'll take our leave and go. She'd not been 2 weeks from shore when down on her a right whale bore. The captain called all hands and swore he'd take that whale in tow. Soon may the wellermen come to bring us sugar and tea and rum. One day when the tonguing is done, we'll take our leave and go.
I think I've only been on boats like maybe twice in my whole entire life because Mom was afraid of water, so I never even learned how to swim. And I mean, I kind of did. If I have like a snorkel and some fins, then I'm, you know, in the mask and it's not very deep, I can probably, you know, I can probably handle it. And I can float. That's what they used to say. I will never drown. But I think we went on a tour. Let's see. Dad got us on a boat. We went on a tour around Alcatraz Island in San Francisco Bay, and Mom was freaking out the whole entire time. And surely there's been another time. Oh, yeah. When we went on vacation in Jamaica, they had like a little island that was probably man-made off the coast of the resort. Yeah, I mean, it's like right there. You could like throw a rock on it. And surely we had to have gone on a boat to get to that because I know I can't swim. Probably little paddle boats, but like big boats. No.
What will we do with a drunken sailor? What will we do with a drunken sailor? What will we do with a drunken sailor? Early in the morning, put him in the brig until he's sober.
Oh, that's 24 minutes. I don't think I want to watch that much about Everest.
Imagine this.
Oh, no.
You're
Let's not do that. But yeah, I am going to put together a lot of shorts. I've been finding shorts because I just can't believe that. Okay, what am I looking at? Not my list. Let me see if I can find it.
There once was a ship.
Oh, wait,
Does anybody
no, stop.
think you are
Okay,
something
there it
other
is.
than a Catholic nun?
There we are. Oh, okay. Oh, wait, hold on. What else is there? Yeah. Okay, one more time. No. Well, yeah, okay, one more time.
And I miss you. Oh, like the deserts miss the rain. And I miss you. Like the deserts miss the rain. And I miss you. Oh, like the deserts miss the rain.
Yeah, that's what I couldn't get over because I always thought Everest would be like isolated and you might be, you and your Sherpa and maybe a buddy or something and nobody else. And what I saw were like lines, like 3 or 4 blocks long of lines of people all climbing Everest. And you take one step to the side and you fall off the side of the cliff and you might take a couple people with you and they just let you go. I mean, unless you get hung up and they have to drag you back to continue the climb, but they just pretty much just let you go. And a lot of them are really stupid and don't listen to their Sherpas. Like I say, in life, that is a lesson. If somebody knows more than you, listen to your Sherpa, especially if you're paying money for it. Listen to guidance of people that know more than you. Anyway, they don't listen to their Sherpa. And they might make it to the summit, but they don't think about coming back. Me, I think about getting, halfway there. If I start getting tired, I think, holy cow, I'm not even there yet. I'm going to have to turn around and walk back. Those people don't think about coming back. They think about just achieving the goal. They're very forward mind oriented. But they don't think about the trip back, and that's when most of them die. They run out of oxygen. Mainly what they do is run out of oxygen. They either don't pack enough because, the weight of the oxygen kind of adds to the stress, or they miscalculate their own personal endurance. And that's another thing I've noticed, that people have no respect anymore for nature and the, Mother Nature and how deadly nature can be because humans have softened the edges of their contact with nature and got it all under control. You go out to the park and you think you're in nature. You go out, to the lake, you think you're in nature. But that's all controlled and man-made and managed for safety. And people have lost track of the edge of nature, that you die in the real nature. Things die all the time. Humans aren't any different. And humans don't like to think about that they're no different than any other animal. out there in nature. Anyway, yeah, that's one thing I've been learning about those Everest things. They will walk over dying people to save them. You know, they could save them, but they will summit. And there was one exceptional story of a Sherpa who was a hero because he had one person as a client. And a lot of times they don't get paid if they don't summit. And he had one person as a client, and they came across some person, I don't know, man or woman, somebody, they were laying there dying and begging for help, and everybody else was climbing over them, walking past them to make it to the summit, walking past other dead bodies to get to the summit. And he convinced his client to turn around to save this person's life. And to him, he said it was worth more to save this person's life than to get their bonus for making the summit. And he was able to make that client agree. And I thought, holy cow, that you have to have an argument. But I guess. Anyway.
Is traditional foundation making you look worse? Traditional foundations are not great for.
Well, at least they don't think I'm a man with erectile dysfunction.
Lines in the face.
It's sticky and gooey, and it really emphasizes.
Well, it's a marvelous night for a moon dance with the stars up above in your eyes. A fantabulous night to make romance neath the cover of October skies. You know, the leaves on the trees are falling to the sound of the breezes that flow. You know, I'm trying to please to the calling of your heartstrings that play soft and low. You know, the night's magic seems to whisper and hush. You know, the soft moonlight seems to shine in your blush. Can I just have one more moon dance with you, my love? Can I just make some more romance with you, my love? Well, I wanna make love to you tonight. I can't wait till the morning has come. Yet I know now the time is just right, and straight into my arms you will run. And when you come, my heart will be waiting to make sure that you're never alone. There and then all my dreams will come true, dear. There and then I will make you my own. And every time I touch you, you just tremble inside. Then I know how much you want me that you can't hide. Can I just have one more moon dance with you, my love? Can I just make some more romance with you, my love?
skies. I'll pack up this night to make romance. Do the cover of October skies. All the leaves on the trees are falling to the sound of the breezes that blow. And I'm trying to please to the calling of your heartstrings that play soft and low. In all the night's magic seems to whisper and hush. In all the soft moonlight seems to shine in your place. Can I just have one more moon dance with you, oh my love? Or can I just make some more romance with you, oh my love? One more moon dance with you in the moonlight on a magic night. Moonlight on a magic night. Can I just have one moment dance with you, my love?
Okay, one more thing. Then I think I'll go ahead and get up and make coffee. I might sit on my front porch and look at my flowers. Because that is kind of the point. Wait, hold on. Okay, yeah, I unmuted myself for a change. Okay, one more thing. And then I might... Oh no, I can't make mocha. I didn't buy any cream. I can't handle mocha straight. Okay, coffee press coffee. I will make coffee. And maybe sit on my front porch. And look at my flowers. Okay, let's see. Can I do this? Am I working? Yes. Okay, I think I'm doing it. Am I? Oh, God. I need coffee. All right, come on. A grand finale. That is my philosophy. If you fight it, you become it. All you have to do is know it, but you don't become it. Okay, I better quit. I'm starting to get philosophical without coffee. That could be a mistake. Okay, I'm gonna go. It's good to see you. Okay, I'll tell him you said hi. Okay, bye.